Let's go to Gareth. He's an Arsenal fan. Right, Gareth?
Good evening, Jamie. How are you doing?
I'm all right, matey. You?
I'm buzzing, son, buzzing.
Good.
Love it.
Good result again, wasn't it? 3 points on the road.
Yeah, it's a good result, mate. It is a good result. Not in the Forest, tough
right.
place to go. Well, I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Oh, you should be.
No.
You're up there, didn't you? What was when you was younger, weren't you?
Oh, I was always a Spurs fan. I played for Arsenal Academy.
They released him.
Never admit that bit.
Yeah, all right. Spurs paid £1 million for me, have you know? Go on.
Yeah. Listen, all I want to talk about is after the break, I thought the break was perfect timing for the boys. We go, and I just thought how bad Palace were. I didn't think we'd see a worse team. And then tonight, Forest, how bad were they? On a serious note, how bad were they?
Come on,
You're just having off everyone. What, you think the Premier League's rubbish? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying the Premier League ain't up what it should be, is it? They've got the Villa fans with the Kleenexes out, like crying already. You know what I mean? It's fourth.
Right.
What's going on?
Yeah, but you bottled the league last season when you basically had it on toes.
You can't bottle the league against a team that won a treble, can you?
Well, you did. But you can because you was first, like by 10 points.
Oh yeah, but come on, Man City won the treble. I'm not having the bottle.
Because you handed it to them.
Listen, you played in the Premier League and you played in teams that were playing football, and teams that used to park the bus, their brother and their sister and their uncle and everyone else.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how bad the last two teams have been. That's my point. I'll be going about how great the Premier League is.
Yeah, but
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Gaz, if you're a Nottingham Forest, let's just be. You haven't got the quality that Arsenal have got, so you're not going to go, toe to toe with a team like Arsenal. You can't do it because you too much space. You'll get opened up, and then it'll be a rout.
But to me, I thought Gibbs White on his day, he's a player, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's one player. You got
these players. They're wasting their players.
That's only one player.
You can see why Nuno lasted 2 minutes at Spurs, can't you?
All right, guy. I've got a question for you. I've got a question for you. When you play Man City, do you go attacking, or do you play a little bit more structured and a little bit more defensive, a bit more cautious, or do you go out all guns blazing when you play Man City?
Well, when we beat them 1-0...
No, we did. I think that's not the question. That's not the question.
We had a go.
Yep.
We had a go at them.
They did, to be fair.
We had a go. We had a go at them.
They did, to be fair.
What? When they got put more.
Yeah, but Arsenal were competing with that. But
yeah.
I know the point you're trying to make. At the end of the day,
but the difference between Arsenal and Man City,
you can't expect Nottingham Forest to rock up and try and get, and go toe to toe with you. They've stayed in the game. You beat them 2-1. They had a chance at the end to get something from it. What are you expecting? Yeah, half chances, but they've got Morgan Gibbs White, who's a good player. They sold Brennan Johnson. He was their best player.
He's been your worst player at Spurs, but yeah.
I know. I'd give him back. But do you know, at the end of the day, that's the difference. The quality, as you said, he was their best player. He's Spurs' worst player right now. That's the difference. To step up is big.
Colin made a point earlier about the break. I think the break's been brilliant for Arsenal. And I think you made a point for Newcastle. It come banging time for them as well.
Yeah, I think it works for some clubs.
They've been unlucky catching Newcastle after the break. But,
yeah. Can you win the league, Gareth? Can you win the league?
Can we win the league? I just worry about Man City, What? I watched them Friday against Spurs. They didn't even get out of second gear, did they? And they made Spurs look average. And Spurs have been all right this year.
I think at the moment, though, you also need to look out for Liverpool.
Liverpool? No. They'll fall off the boat soon, mate. Klopp's crying. You know what I mean? Van Dijk's thrown his toys out the pram already. He wants to leave, doesn't he? You know what I mean?
Of course they leave. Leave and go where?
Gareth's good. I like G-Dog. I like you. Why do you need to phone us up more, mate? You have a bit of banter with you.
Yeah, I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call every now and then.
Yeah, just phone us. Phone us when you bottle the league again, will you?
When Arsenal get turned over on Sunday.
Here we go. Now listen, have a lovely evening. You made the journey better because they shut the M1 junction a minute ago.
Honestly, that M1 is a disgrace. It really is a disgrace. Gareth, thanks for your call, mate. I love people like that. The M1, honestly, that road. They've got no care in the world.
Just call it the
for football fans going up and down the motorway. It is a joke. Every time I go on it, there's either roadworks or traffic.
It's not M1, it's M-non. It's
just a joke. It's a car park. Let's go to Dave. He's a Newcastle fan. Dave.
Hi, lads.
How are you, matey?
Hi, all good. I just want to start off, as you can probably hear, I've lost my voice a bit, but
I just want to start off by thanking Aston Villa for the 6 points this season. Absolute wonders.
That's 8 goals you put past them for the season. 8 goals.
Honestly, the sort of the confidence boost that they've given us this season, that like we need to thank them. I think also as well tonight, thank them for the fireworks display before the game. And as for that, I'm not surprised at all that every caller that's been an Aston Villa fan that came on here has had that voice, because it was an absolute library. Like no atmosphere whatsoever. Just completely played in our hands.
Dave, you're absolutely burying them.
Rest in peace, Aston Villa.
I'm about very Kunde here as well. So before I set off driving down to Villa this afternoon, I stopped into the garage and bought 4 cans of Red Bull just to get us through the journey home. Yeah. When I come out the ground and logged on, I was over the moon that Jermaine was in, and not Jason. Highest approach.
Oh, Dave, you're brilliant. I mean, look, I think the break was good for Newcastle. You freshened up the team a little bit because you all look knackered. The side looked knackered. Could this be a bit of a revival? I mean, how high do you think you could finish?
I think realistically, I think the top 4 is going to be a bit of a challenge to get into that top 4. I think we'll have to be quite lucky and lucky with the fitness levels of the team. You know, the style of play we'll have to play now, it's put a lot of pressure on the legs of those lads. You look at Anthony Gordon, you look at Miguel Almiron, they put some miles in, Sean Longstaff. They're absolutely like graft week in, week out. So it'll take a little bit of luck to get in that top 4. I think that might just be out of reach. But if we get back into Europe, that'll be a massive achievement, I think, personally. I think tonight's results, a little bit of reassurance as well. Like a lot of Newcastle fans would probably be frustrated with the transfer window, so to speak, and probably expected a name through the door, and it doesn't look as though that's going to be the case. But,
well, everyone's scared of FFP, aren't they? It's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Dave, top man, mate. I really
Cheers,
appreciate
Dave.
you phoning in. Let's go to Jamie, who's a Leicester fan. Right, Jamie?
Boys, great show as always.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Look, we haven't really touched on your performance tonight. Been obviously Premier League action, but Leicester flying high in the Championship, beat Swansea 3-1 tonight. I mean, it's cruise control now, isn't it? All the way back to the Prem.
Yeah, I think with the greatest respect to Swansea having a new manager in there, 3 games ago, I don't think the result is a surprise to anybody in the league. The performance was good, but the catalyst in the team has to be Harry Winks.
Good player, mate.
He stands out week after week.
He's too good for the Championship, though. I mean, I know he is too good. I've watched him playing in big European nights.
It just goes to show to learn how to play football properly, you have to leave Tottenham.
He didn't get. The problem was he wasn't getting opportunities, and I think he was at the stage where he thought that he was good enough to be playing. And he probably was, but when you've got Bissouma's come back in, and you had Højbjerg, and you've got he liked Sarr and Bentancur. He just wasn't getting the minutes. The reason he's gone to Leicester is because he knows they're going to come back to the Premier League. He ain't gone there to play in the Championship. He's gone there to be like, right, I'll suffer 1 season and then I'm going to be back in the Premier League, because he is, for me, a Premier League football player.
There's other players that have changed completely this year, and I think Enzo Maresca has put a lot of faith in players, like fringe players from last year. So people like Vestergaard, who was the laughing stock of Leicester, and if he was ever announced even on the bench, people would be like, I can't believe he's even in the squad. And now this year, I stand in the stands week after week, and now there's songs about him and we chant for him, and it's amazing to see the difference in players. One thing I do love more than anything else is I do love the lack of VAR. I think whilst there's a slight sort of argument in, was it a goal, wasn't it not a goal? If the flag's up, it's offside. If it's down, it's on. And you either celebrate or you don't celebrate. And it's one or the other. So you sort of go back to that, having a talking point afterwards rather than moaning about VAR. And that gives you... It sort of made me fall in love with football again.
Yeah.
Which is, I've been at Leicester for had a season ticket for 25 years, and I think with the introduction of VAR, COVID, and everything else, I'd started to fall out of love with it. But
Joe, I have to say, whenever I've watched Championship games or games in the cup competitions without VAR, I'm exactly the same as you, mate. I've really enjoyed it. I've just loved being able to watch a game and be like, I ain't got to debate a decision. I haven't got to debate if that was handball or if he's touched him or as a foul or as offside. You just go with the flow and the game enjoys. Like,
have Leicester got what it takes to get in the Premier League?
Well, of course they have.
No, like it's night and day. The Championship of the Premier League is night and day. They're going to come into the Premier League, right? Have they got
Leicester
what it takes?
shouldn't have gone down. You know, Leicester are a Premier League football club. Like the wage bill.
United.
No, but they're not. But Leicester have been in the Premier League for years. They won it. You know, like you have to. You know, Leicester fell off a cliff, and there was issues going on at the football club where they couldn't spend any money.
Yeah, they did.
You know, then at the end of the day, they've got a wage packet. They've got a wage bill where they are going to be in the Premier League, and I think once they come back up, they will stay. I think they will stay in the Premier League. Absolutely.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy, Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.